I'm absolutely thrilled. Morning. It's a lovely day. It's still. It's quite cold. And we're going to have a go today on this field here. Now this is a new bit of land for me, and I'm quite excited about it. I found the odd bit here and there. What is a bit strange is, to me that is what's actually in this field at the moment. It looks like it's been cropped, but it's actually, I think it's called greening. Sort of thing they put in to be able to drill back in when they direct drill with the spring crop later, and it acts as a sort of fertilizer. It's quite high, it's about 2 foot in places, but it's really weak. So the coil actually gets through it quite easily, so we can get quite low to the ground. There's only one downside, and I'm not sure if it's completely due to green waste, because I don't think I've experienced fields which have been properly treated, but I've found a lot of foil and a lot of ring pulls everywhere. That's not to say that it's every other centimetre or foot. No, thank God it's not quite often enough. If someone can tell me why that is, I would be very grateful. But it does mean that anything which is a good solid signal close to the surface tends to be a ring pull or something equally nasty. So I might today just limit myself to digging only things which I feel are a bit deeper and a bit more scratchy. I never thought I'd say that. But let's get onto it and see how we get on. Right, this might give you an idea of what I've got to contend with today. Nice and loud near the surface. I suspect it's foil. Not very interesting, little button. Another one straight away. That's on the surface. Can't have been that. It's metal. Not metal, iron. There's something else in there. Wouldn't have picked that up. Okay, it's not foil. It's a modern 20p. Spending money. I'm not bothering with that. I can see it actually. Bit of copper. Those of you who are interested, I'm running the HOT program with reactivity low to 2.5. It's especially important today as I don't know these fields at all, so it'll be interesting to find where the slightly more busy bits are. See, signals like this are all over the place. Foil. It's a good sized chunk of land here. There's got to be a hot area on it. Rubbish again. I can see how green wasty fields put people off detecting. But I have learned that there's one thing in common, and that it's all near the surface. I'm not digging up this foil at any depth. Let's give it a go. It doesn't give you much confidence. Well, I've just had a bit of a more promising result, which I'll show you in a second. Just adjust that a bit. And just next door to it, the last thing I've just dug up, I thought, oh, not another bottle cap or... So I've been pleasantly surprised. It's got my faith back up. Not just being nervous about digging things. Well, that is rubbish, but this isn't. It was very close to the surface and gave such a banging signal. I thought it was just going to be the same rubbish that we've been finding up to now. In fact, no, it's not. It's a Medieval Georgian, I'm sure of it. Can't quite read it, but that's really nice. We'll clean that up later. It means there really might be stuff here on this little section. I have, as I said, done quite a lot of the fields around here. This is slightly more raised, this bit. I'll do this a bit more carefully from now on, not charge around in my usual manner. I've just had the most almighty battle. I found a couple of William III or Georgian halfpennies amongst, you know, and that token earlier, and then that which looks like some sort of leady token of sorts, a couple of small buckles, but then just here, after my epic battle, I had two really grunty iron noises, but amongst it something very high pitched, and it could have easily been part of the iron, or it could have been something different. Anyhow, I found two hobnaily type nails, which is quite good in a way because they may be Roman, I'm not sure, probably not. But then I found this, which you could be forgiven for thinking was part of a crotal bell, but they're usually about that size when you find crotal fragments, which are usually rounded like that as well. But this would have been enormous. Would have been sort of like that. But as you can see, it definitely got a crotal bell look about it. It looks like it says OCO. It's obviously part of something, God knows what. But that's really nice. It's been one of those days that when finding anything but foil or a ring pull, it's been really exciting. Usually you just think, oh, not again. But there's so much of it in this field that I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse that there are good things amongst it, because it means you've got to keep digging every single signal rather than being able just to leave it. Anyway, that's a new one on me. Answers on a postcard. Well, we're back out in the same field. I'm actually finding a few bits and pieces. Nothing terribly old, but definitely slightly more interesting. I don't have my sound running, so you'll be saved the bleeps. That's a decent signal. Let's try this. A little bit deeper. If it's coming out in the first clod, it's on the surface, it's almost definitely a ring pull or foil. This is still in the hole, so it gives me hope, but it's just a cartridge end. Anyhow, while I'm here, please subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. They're really good fun to make, but they do take a bit of time, and it's really nice to know when people are hitting that button. So thank you very much if you have already, and please do if you haven't. And this brings me on to another thing I've been wondering recently, is why do so many people kneel by the holes when they're retrieving their finds? I watch quite a lot of videos of people kneeling. I've never knelt by my whole, in my life. I always just get down like that, and I don't think it's an age thing necessarily. I mean, it looks to me that it's hard work getting on your knees and then getting yourself back up again, and it's just to get down on your haunches. When I put this up on the Detecting Hub forum, it seemed that most most girls like to go on their haunches, and the men like to get on their knees. The only plus side of it I can see, because it gets your knees wet as well, I imagine, and you need more kit to put on just to make you even heavier and weighed down, is that if you're kneeling, then you're in a better position to thank the Almighty should you find something really good. That's the only plus side as far as I can work out. Anyway, I'm not a kneeler. But now, while I am down here, let's just have a look at what I found already. What looks like an early swivel of sorts. I mean, I do think that has some age, but probably Victorian, Edwardian. 2 thimbles, one a bit more squash. I don't think they're particularly old either, but nice to find. A couple of what could be mounts or hooks. That's got a shield on it, that one. That to me looks like a musket ball that's hit something jolly hard. It's flat on that side, but really sort of, you can see the sort of semicircle on that side. It's just gone whack against something. Now, buttons, another 20p. Spending money, 40p spending money is like being on the beach. I've seen one of these before, but I don't know where. It's made of lead and it looks to be sort of pouchy. I don't know if it's got an aperture there. I have seen this before, I know I have. But if you know what it is, please let me know. Well, I had a very dull signal, which definitely wasn't foil, and it's not much to look at, but it is Roman, which is a really nice touch, because I just know this Roman here, and this has proven it. It's really not much to look at the moment, but I'll clean it up later and see what it is. But oh look, you can just see the head there. Probably House of Constantine. Look, I mean, my guess already is that it's 2 soldiers by a standard. But that's really encouraging. That's really got my interest up in this area. I love finding Roman stuff. It's my favourite era. So, brilliant. I'm happy now. Well, you know what they say about buses and waiting. Got another one. Oh, hooray. Well, I'm pretty sure it is. Can you see it? There we are. This one's going to be in slightly better condition. Right, what do you reckon? Rome commemorative. It's got to be, hasn't it? That's the wolf. And then we should have a helmeted Rome on the other side. Which means, there she is, I think, facing left. Gosh, that's brilliant. I'm absolutely thrilled. That's 2 really close to each other. Let's just hope this is a Roman area, and when they take all this rubbish out, because I'm not getting nearly as close as I'd like to, we can really get down properly. I don't know when this is going to be drilled, but I can't wait now. This is giving all the right signals for being nice. So we're going to live dig it. I love the concept of a live dig somewhere being the highlight of a metal detecting video, but I suppose it does reinforce the genuineness of it, just in case someone's got a handful of good stuff. There it is. Well, it's not Roman. I think it's got a deer on it, a stag's head. Anyhow, we'll clean that up and have a look at that later as well. Turning out to be a good afternoon. I didn't live dig this because I thought it was foil, but it's really got my interest up in this area. Definitely Roman. I don't want to rub it too much because it's got really nice detail on it, I know. You can see it coming through there. And it's a nicer size. Not a nicer size, but it's a silly thing to say. It's just a bigger size. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to call it a day. Sun's going down. I've had a really good last half an hour here. That's 3 Roman coins in the same area, and I'm not getting that close to the ground either. So once this has been drilled, I think it might be really exciting. And it's nice to stop a day on a high note. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.